Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I hope all of your Pesach preparations are going smoothly. We are just a little bit more than a week before Pesach, and I hope everyone will be able to get ready to have a very meaningful, inspiring Pesach. This Shabbos will be the Shabbos Hagadol Drasha in Shul, talking about the great controversy in the days of Hillel, when Erev Pesach was Shabbos, as it is this year. And we'll also all enjoy the Shabbos Hagadol luncheon. Everyone is invited, sponsored by Joan Solomon, sponsored in memory of her mother, Helen Lichner, Yiskaleh Bad Elkanah, her father, William Lichner, Zevdov Ben Aharon, and her sister, Karen Rose Shifra Bad Zevdov. Thank you to Joan, and it will be a wonderful Shabbos for the entire community. The Erev Shabbos Videos of Torah is sponsored anonymously with Hoda'ah to Hashem and brachos for Hatzlacha and peace for Klal Yisrael. And as always, the Erev Shabbos Videos of Torah should be a merit for the hostages, day 546 that they remain in Gaza, for the soldiers who are fighting, and for all of Israel. We begin this week the book of VaYikra, which opens VaYikra El Moshe Vaydaber Hashem Elav, and God called out to Moshe and spoke to him. And there is a tradition that that word VaYikra is written with a small aleph in the Torah and in the printed Chumashim. It is reflected as well. What is the meaning of this small aleph? There's a midrashic tradition that it reflects Moshe's humility, that like this small aleph, he made himself small. And in fact, he was embarrassed that they open the book, God is calling him. It doesn't say, and God spoke to the Jewish people. It says, and God called to Moshe. Moshe said, who am I? I don't really want this. Take off the aleph, make it just VaYikra, which would mean, and Hashem happened upon, to downplay it. It's not a big deal. And Hashem, out of his love for Moshe, was willing to make it small, but of course would not erase the aleph, because Hashem was in fact calling out to Moshe. Moshe is Anav Mikol Adam, the Torah itself says, was the humblest of all human beings, and that is one of the reasons why he was the medium, the vessel that Hashem spoke through to give the Torah to the Jewish people. There are many teachings of our sages which stress the importance of humility and speak harshly against arrogance and haughtiness. There is one statement which equates it to avodah zarah. The Gemara says, "Kol adam sheish bo gasus ruach." When there's someone who really is haughty, just really shows off as such an inflated self, puts down other people, roy legado kashera. That person should be cut down like an asherah, an avodah zarah tree. And it cites a verse. The person worships himself. The person lords over others. He is making himself or herself into an idol. And the Torah says that we are to cut down these idolatrous trees. But even if someone is not such an in-your-face, haughty person that just gets on everyone's nerves, we all have a certain amount of pride. And the Gemara says as follows: Kol ha'holech b'koma zekufa. Anyone who walks literally with upright posture, standing a little bit taller than necessary, there's a certain amount of pride in their walk. Ki'ilu dochek raglei hashchina. They are pushing up, literally, the feet of Hashem's presence. Shnemar, as the pasuk says, Malo kol haaretz kvodo. God fills the world. He seeks to fill. He comes down and he fills all open, empty space. But whatever is already filled up, Hashem cannot fill. So the taller we stand, there's less room for Hashem to come down. When we make ourselves smaller, like that small aleph, there's more room for Hashem to descend. Even just subconsciously, when we are filled with an inappropriate pride and a little too much haughtiness, too much self-confidence, self-reliance, we think it comes from us, we deserve it, we've earned it, we don't need anyone else, we don't need Hashem, then there's just less room for Hashem to come in. This is based on the psukim in the Torah. Moshe, Hashem warns the Jewish people, when you enter the land of Israel, if you'll become very successful, Viram levavcha, your heart will become haughty, lofty, v'shachachta, and you'll forget God. There may not be an act of rebellion. There may not be words where the person rejects God. But when there isn't space for Hashem, when we think we were the source of all success, then we just forget Hashem. There just isn't room for him. There's no room for him to come down. All of us who are watching, we're all good people. None of us are megalomaniacs. But all of us, perhaps, even if in general we are down to earth people, humble people, maybe there is one area, if we think about it, maybe there's a certain area where we are actually really good. Or maybe there's a certain area or something that we do which is really important. And so we take pride in it because we do, and it's really important. When we think about it, maybe we need an ego check, maybe not in general, but again, in terms of one aspect of our lives, we'll think and we'll realize, maybe we take a little bit too much credit. It's important that all of us, we have to consciously check our egos, because if not, naturally it just inflates. It's like chametz. And sometimes we need to remember we're no greater than Moshe. And Moshe was viewed himself as just a small olive. Sometimes we have to remember that we are just a small olive, but if we do, then as a reward from that, naturally what will come from that is that there will be more room for Hashem. He will descend to be closer to us. He will call out to us with even greater love and affection, which is expressed by the VaYikra El Moshe, Lashon Chiba. Rashi says, may we all hear that call of Hashem and feel his chiba, his love and dearness for all of us. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.